Here we go. Good morning, lady bosses. Boy, I haven't seen some of you for so long since we had our mastermind yesterday. Got to see a bunch of you then, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Wait just a minute for a few of you. Up, somebody's on right away. I bet I can guess who it is. Probably Rachel, but I don't know. It didn't pop up yet. I hate the lag on Facebook Live. I didn't realize how bad it was until I was on a girlfriend's live the other day, and holy cow, it's not, it's Vina, good morning. And there's Rachel, good morning, both of you. Yeah, this is, boy, with everybody home, I had a few people say they couldn't wait to get on today because they can never get on because they're at work. So I'm excited that we're going to have a big group today, I think. Anyway, I'm going to make two announcements now, and hopefully I remember, and I want to make them again at the end. But the first announcement is based on the fact that we had these two mastermind sessions yesterday. Good morning, Linda. I want you to think about it after you hear about, the recap today. If you would like to do a mastermind later, again, maybe weekly right now till we get through all this crap, let me know because I'll pull them together. We'll do them as often as you like, or if you want to get together and just hang out socially, virtually too. So that's announcement number one, and I'll announce it again at the end. Good morning. Who's that? Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. Glad to have you back. Jackie's a newer member. We're really happy to have you here. And this is the other thing I want to talk about, and that's Lady Boss membership. Okay, when I created Lady Bosses, it was only for women who were either business owners or entrepreneurs, because I really felt I wanted the focus to be on women who are juggling 1,000 different things. But if you've been here with me from the beginning, or even for a while, you'll see that a lot of the topics, even though they're geared to those women, they're really pretty universal topics that would apply to anybody. So you also know that I've never tried to sell you anything here, and I never will. Good morning, Jody. She's here. I've never tried to sell you anything. I'm not asking you for email addresses. As a matter of fact, if you've been with me for a while, I've just redefined what my life is going to look like at this time in my life. And a lot of the ways I was going to turn this into a business, I decided not to do. So Lady Bosses is just going to continue for you, have these free trainings, masterminds, whatever, for as long as you keep showing up. So that being said, I want you to feel free to invite any woman you would like to invite. She doesn't have to have her own business. She doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. Any woman that you think would get value out of this. If you've received value, then feel free to invite your friends. So that's it for my two announcements. I'll hit them again at the end. But okay, there are 6 of us already, so let's get started. So yesterday we did 2 mastermind sessions. We did one for an hour on the personal struggles people are experiencing right now with COVID-19. And then the second hour, we talked about the business struggles. And let me tell you, there were 7 of us on the call. You women rock. Oh my gosh, each woman got a turn to talk about what her biggest struggle was. Sandy, hey, how are you? And after she laid out her biggest struggle, anybody in the room who wanted to participate got to support her and give her ideas or give her some tools that she could use. And everybody came away, I think, with some ideas that they hadn't thought about before that just might make it easier for them. So ladies, it's just so awesome how we can come together and really support each other the way we do. So I want to read a goofy meme I saw on Facebook, and it's dark. It's a dark meme. And in all honesty, all the memes right now that are centered around COVID-19 are kind of dark because, face it, we're taking a very grim situation and we're trying to make the best of it. And if we can find laughter in it, that's awesome. So here it is. It says, "Dear potential looters, I wouldn't. Sincerely, the armed dads stuck in their homes for 3 weeks, being forced to watch their kids making TikTok dances while their 401ks plummet." Okay, now, it's dark, it's funny, but it's at the core of what we're going through right now. Suddenly, families who had this structure for their whole adult lives don't have it anymore. Suddenly, the schedule you've had, one of the gals was talking about it yesterday, You know, she was used to getting up in the morning. Her husband was gone at work. One of her kids was away at college. One of her kids was home, and she would drive that child to work or to school. Then she came home and had the day to herself. Well, now everybody's home. Everybody's suddenly in your space, and it's not like kids can go hang out with friends. You can have a party, have people over. You're like really locked down together. So that is creating so many issues for so many people just because they don't know how to navigate it. So we talked about that. And now I'm going to start recapping some of the things that came up and some of the solutions that you women came up with. And listen, if you were there at the mastermind and you remember something we talked about that I forget, throw it in the comments and I'll mention it. But one gal was talking about the fact that she's just like driven to get things done, to probably knock off everything on her to-do list. And she's busy all day long doing something. And she looks around and her whole family's just laying around doing nothing. And she's struggling with feeling really resentful. Like, why are they laying around doing nothing? They should be doing what I'm doing. They should be participating, contributing. And here were some of the ideas that you came up with, which I loved. And one of the biggest ones was, you know, why is she driving herself so hard? Like take time for herself. Take some time to just kick back and an hour to go sit in the tub and read a book, or go in your bedroom and watch something on TV for a little bit. But force yourself to take some downtime, because it's hard to know if anybody else is experiencing that. Maybe that resentment is coming from the back that you feel like they're relaxing and you can't. Well, this is the perfect time to relax. I know for myself, I'll go really hard a couple days and really get a lot done. And then I'll spend a couple days not getting off the sofa unless I need food or need to go to the bathroom. That's the way it is. So give yourself some time to have downtime. That was one suggestion. The other one is, why does it matter? We're all in this. We're all going to get through this the way we best can. Stay in your own lane. Focus on what you're doing and why you want to do it. So don't worry about what other people are necessarily doing. Now, that being said, it's a family situation. And then there were ideas thrown out that, well, what about doing family things together? How about creating some sort of structure for the family that maybe, okay, we're all going to spend an hour a day doing some work, working on something. And at dinner time, we're all going to actually sit at the table together and eat. And then afterwards play a game. And she said that was something they were doing. Every night they were having a family game night, and decided maybe every night was too much, but make sure you find some time together to do that. So it's finding the balance. And again, that resentment is in your head. It's what you're creating. So if you're feeling any of that, figure out why, and why are you feeling that way? So that will help you get to the bottom of it a little bit better. The other thing is about everybody being home and being in your space. Hey, Deb, how are you? Hey, Melissa. Everybody being in your space. Now, I'm going to lap this over from personal into business because it affects both. Okay. You know, you might not have a house where you have a dedicated office. Maybe your office is at the kitchen counter. Well, now you've got 5 other people, maybe 3 other people in and out of your kitchen all day. They're coming in, they're making food, they're getting a snack, they're doing this. Total distraction, nonstop distraction. Or maybe you do have an office. Now you've got a husband who's working from home too, and he's sharing your office. So you've got to listen to him on the phone all day and in meetings, and you can't concentrate because of the extra noise. And then he's got to deal with the same thing from you. So this is really important. Listen, the reality is it doesn't look like this thing's going to be over tomorrow, because we've just seen it extended again. This, stay-at-home order has been issued. We have to stay home a little longer. So don't be afraid to put some time into setting up your household a little differently if you need to. Hey, Anna Maria, how are you? See, groups, I love that. We're going to get to that in a minute because that's exactly one of the things we talked about yesterday. But anyway, back to put some time into figuring out how to maybe restructure things around your house. There was one suggestion, like if you've got a bedroom, that, if you can go to your bedroom. For now, set your office up in your bedroom. Or the better suggestion was set your husband up in the bedroom, because it's your office. You're there every day, all year long. He's the one who's home right now. So set up a space for him where he can go work all day away from everyone else. So he has privacy, you have privacy. If the kids are in the same space, maybe you have to come out with some structure and some scheduling where, look, if you want to hang out and watch TV, but the TV's right there and I've got to work right here at the counter, maybe you got to go do something in your bedroom. Go sit and watch TV on your iPad or on your phone. Do something different, but we got to learn how to respect each other's space so we can get through that a little bit better. Trying to think, I feel like there was something else. Again, if you were there yesterday, hey, Colleen, how are you? No, that's not Colleen. That's, I'm so nearsighted. I can't see that far. Never mind. It's Deb. I already said hi to you, Deb. Okay. So another one, this is a little bit of frustration, and we all might be feeling this somewhere in our lives, is not being able to control other people's actions. Hey, Thea. In that, I mean, Rachel, thank you. That was one of the important things. If you have to work in each other's space, 2 different people have told me I have to get noise reducing headphones. And the one gal did it already, and it has totally saved her. Because in her case, everybody was playing different music and stuff, and it's driving her nuts. But if you have to share space with your husband, he's on the phone all day, and you can work quietly, you don't have to have meetings. Noise reducing headphones will be one of the best investments you ever made. So do that. Hoteling space, Melissa. Just set up space in different bedrooms and say, look, kids, you're going to be down here for the day. We're going to use your room from 9 to 5 is going to be a workspace for so-and-so. So yeah, that was a great idea too. Hey, Laura, how are you? So, okay, so that's how, there's some of the ideas that we were throwing around for how to deal with so many people suddenly being thrown into one space and having to share that same space. Another thing we talked about too that was maybe really important. This isn't just inconveniencing you, because this has been your space and now everybody is in it. This is a really difficult time for everybody. So maybe it would be a really good idea for the whole family to sit down together and say, look, we got to figure out how to get through this. So let's go around and everybody talk about what it is you need right now. What do you need here? Maybe I just need 2 hours to be totally alone and out of everybody, away from everybody. Or look, I really need an hour that I want to sit on TV and I want to have a beer and watch a show or what. But everybody talk about what they need. And then this isn't the purpose behind this, which came up in the meeting, is not to try and fix each person's problems. This isn't what we're doing. This is for each person to express what they need and then to work together as a family, how to create a space where all those needs can be met. So have a discussion about it. Let everyone know that, look, we're in this together and we are here to support each other. We are here to meet each other's needs. We're here to support each other. That just made me think of something about the other issue, the woman who's so busy doing everything and feeling resentful that the family is not doing a whole lot. Ladies, don't try and knock out your whole to-do list in the first week, because you don't want to run out of stuff to do. And you want to create some balance. That's not, this whole purpose of Lady Bosses is to teach you how to be in control of your life and create balance in your life. That's not balance. If you're going to go crazy for 2 weeks doing everything on your to-do list, then you have nothing to do. I mean, granted, we'll always have something to do, but create some balance. Put some limits on the amount of time you're going to spend maybe tackling your to-do list. And then maybe spend some time cooking, spend some time reading, spend some time just with the family and doing other things. So sorry for the jumping back and forth, but this is how I'm going to remember things today. So back to not being able to control people. This came from a gal who's concerned because her father, who I believe is like 80, wants to go out every day, wants to go to Wawa every day. He's got his routine and he wants to continue it. And no matter what she says, he won't stay home. She's hoping that at least when he comes home, he's washing up real well, but she doesn't know. So listen, bottom line, so much comes back to the serenity prayer, and it doesn't matter what you believe. The principles of it just hold in life. It's just so important. You have to let go of what you can't control. Your father, your husband are grown people. If they're going to do something, you can tell them how you feel about it. But once you've done that, you're done. You can't control them. You can't change them. You can only control yourself and your reaction to things. So when you can't control things, you have to learn how to just let them go. And I know it's easier said than done, but you really need to let stuff go. Now Colleen's here. Hi, Colleen. I said hello to you earlier because I couldn't see my phone because it was too far away and I thought somebody else was you. So Let go of things you can't control. Let go of people you can't control. Like I said, you can only control yourself. If they're coming back into your house, then you can take the precautions in your house you need to, but outside of that, you can't. And yes, I don't have that coronavirus. I always have a dry tickle. So, staying connected. Anna Maria just talked about this, and this is so neat. Anna Maria just said that she's getting on Zoom calls with her family. And I saw my friends did that the other night. They've got family locally in the Philadelphia area and in Florida and in New York, and they all got on a big Zoom call together and just hung out. So if you're the introvert, it's not bothering me being locked down. However, the older I get, the more I'm realizing that being introverted doesn't mean you don't need people. I still really need connections to people. And if you can't get out and be with them, this is the next best thing. Not a Facebook Live, but a Zoom call. Get on a Zoom call. If you don't know how to do that or don't know what that is, ask me and we'll do a practice Zoom call together. You can see, but anybody can get a free Zoom account. And a free Zoom account, if you're on with one other person, you can be on with them as long as you want. If you have more than one person, then you're limited to 40 minutes. But that's all. If you want a free account, you can do it. But have an evening cocktail party. If you miss your girlfriends, like, okay, we're gonna have a cocktail party tonight. Let's everybody get on, have your glass of wine and some snacks, and we'll just hang out. This is the next best thing to an in-live coffee date or happy hour, whatever. This is the next best thing. So you can still be social. You can still hang out with your girlfriends. Matter of fact, I was talking to one of you gals just last night, and we talked about having a Rotary get together on Zoom because we're not going to have Rotary for, it feels like everything's been canceled for the next 2 months. And we're going to miss each other. So I said, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have a Rotary happy hour some night on Zoom. So there are ways you can do that to stay connected. Now, the last thing I left this till last. It wasn't the last thing we talked about. It was actually the first thing we talked about. But I feel like it's the biggest thing from a personal standpoint, the biggest struggle that some people are facing. And I talk to a lot of people, so I know the majority of people aren't feeling this way. But I'm seeing people's Facebook pages, and you know, there's some women I wish could have been on the call yesterday, because I know there are women who are really struggling with panic right now. And one of the concerns yesterday was not necessarily the woman was experiencing panic, but her husband was. And it's hard to separate yourself from that, no matter how much of a logical thinker you are. If somebody's really panicked, you know, panicked for your health, panicked for your safety. I mean, I can't even believe it, but people are lining up at gun shops the way they're lining up for toilet paper. So if you let your mind go down that wrong road, there's so much that can scare the crap out of you right now. And it's probably not well-founded. Try and bring yourself back. Don't go down that road. You've always got the choice at the fork. Don't go down that road. Stop right here and look at the facts. Now, yeah, if your fear is, oh my gosh, we're going to get sick. We're going to get this. Our family's going to get it. We're all going to die. Okay. Cut. We don't know what's going to happen. So don't go down that road. But the thing is, if you're thinking about it in the bigger picture, you can either be here with little to no panic, or you can be off the charts panicked about this. Yeah, some of the things you're panicked about might happen, but are they going to happen at this level? Is everybody you know going to die? No, probably not. Are we going to know people who are going to contract this virus? Most likely. Before this is all over, there are probably going to be a good chunk of us who've had it. But we're not all going to die. This probably isn't the end of the world. The reality will probably be somewhere down here. So the people who are panicking are going just way off the charts with their panic. And if you know anybody who's going through that, try and bring them back. Try and just help them look at the reality of where we are. Like, we don't know where we're going to be a week from now or a month from now. And yeah, some shit's going to happen. But is it going to be the end of the world? I think we can all agree that it probably won't be. Hey, it's a possibility. Anything's possible. We could be hit by a meteor tomorrow and be destroyed. Or we don't know. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But the reality, the likelihood of that happening is so small. So most likely, what does happen as a result of this from a health standpoint is going to be minimal. from a professional, a business standpoint, now we'll cross over into the business. Yeah, this is going to be really, this could be really, really tough for a lot of people from a financial standpoint. And I don't even know what to say about that, except again, don't go too far down that road. Take a day at a time. Use the resources available to you. I just heard, and I don't know if there's fact in it, but there is encouragement for even people who receive 1099s and who are self-employed to sign up for unemployment. And it doesn't sound like there's always a possibility you're going to be accepted, but sign up. People are being encouraged to sign up, even if you don't work for someone else. So take advantage of whatever help is out there for you, because you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So keep yourself informed. Plug into anything that's going to help you through this. I'm sure there's going to be assistance for small businesses, whether it's in the form of low interest loans that maybe can, be deferred and paid back later. I don't know. I don't know what there's going to be. But again, don't go all the way down that road. The no panic is here. The off the charts panic is here. The reality is going to be somewhere in the middle. You're not going to lose everything you have because of this, most likely. So the reality, the likelihood is that we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle financially. We might struggle with our help some, but it's all going to be manageable. We're going to get through this. We're going to do it. Okay, another big thing we talked about from a business standpoint, a lot of the women have side hustles to their jobs, or their side hustle is their only business. And a lot of the concern was, like, how much do I post on social media? I don't want it to look like, oh, okay, you're all home, you're all on Facebook, I've got a captive audience now, would you like to buy my product? And we talked about that. Well, first off, don't feel apologetic for running your business with social media, because everybody does it. It turned out that when we were talking about it, we realized one of the gals was talking about her business page, and posting on your business page is fine, but people expect you to be talking about your product there. There's nothing wrong with talking about your product or your service on your personal page, as long as you follow two rules. The one rule is, don't be spammy about your product. Don't be like posting about your product 100 times a day. Make sure you're balancing it with some fun stuff, some inspirational stuff, some stuff that just helps people get to know you. Because again, at the root of every business transaction is a relationship where somebody knows, likes, and trusts you. If they don't ever see who you are, they're not going to want to do business with you. And it's really funny because my one of the gals who was on the call yesterday had a support call last night. And the women on the support call said, yeah, we weren't ready to jump into this support group because, support groups are like bearing your soul and just very painful places to go. They said, we didn't want to come until we knew this was a safe space. So they went on her Facebook page. They really did a lot of research to see who she was and listen to her videos. And once they really got to know her, they trusted her enough to show up for the support group. So same thing with business. Know, like, and trust, ladies. So if you're going to post on your personal page, do two things. Let them get to know you. Don't be posting 1,000 times a day, buy my product, buy my product. I mean, I was saying yesterday, my health coaching practice is primarily to help people lose weight, get to a healthy weight, and then work on improving their health everywhere. But the reality is right now, a lot of people are finding a lot of comfort in a lot of crappy food, and I can't help that. And seriously, my most focused clients are struggling. They're like, I just can't right now. They're back to the stress eating, and you know what? This is where we are. So the kind of stuff I'm posting on Facebook is funny stuff for like, when this is all over, keep me on speed dial because you're going to need to talk then. So, you can bring humor into it, but let people just get to know you. The other thing is, whatever your product is, and we talked about this yesterday, and I think it really helped one of the women, is use your page to just bring value. Whatever that product is that you sell or the service that you provide, just bring free value to people. If you sell Pampered Chef, this is something we talked about. Hey, Rosie. Hey, Lori. We talked about bringing value, like, hey, someday just give people ideas for what they can make with the only 5 ingredients that are left in the grocery store, or give them some ideas for substitutions they can make. Because face it, the way people are hoarding food and hoarding all kinds of stuff, it's ridiculous to find the things you want to buy. You can't even find meat a lot of places. So give people value in what you do. You know, if you were a health coach, if you do something like that, just give people value. Like, listen, whatever you're going through, make sure you're still drinking enough water. You know, make sure you're still moving your body. If you're sitting on the sofa all day, when you get up to get a cup of coffee, do some stretches, you know, do some squats, do something, but keep yourself active. Rosie, better late than never. Rosie, you can watch the replay afterwards because we're going to wrap up soon, but happy you're here. So anyway, don't be afraid and don't be embarrassed and don't be afraid you're going to turn people off by posting on social media. And you know what? If people are turned off because they just don't want to see it at all, then so what? They don't want to see it. They'll hide you. They'll unfriend you. They're probably not your friends to begin with. So don't worry about it. But just be careful not to get too spammy, not to be nothing but your product. But make sure that even on your personal page, people know who you are and what you do. Because if they don't, then you're obviously never going to, you know, be able to help anyone with the products or services you provide. So all that being said, I want to wrap this up. And what I'm going to do as soon as I'm finished here is put a post on the Lady Bosses page. And we don't allow promoting on the page or selling your products. But with what we're going through right now, I want to open it up that today, and maybe we'll do it a couple days a week. Maybe right now we'll do it every day. I don't care. Right now, we can do it every day. You can go ahead and post. If you want to post things about your business, but again, follow the same rules that I just said you should follow for your personal page. Don't get spammy. Don't post more than once a day. There, that'll be the rule. If I see you trying to post more than once a day, I will just only allow one. So, but if you want to post once a day, telling people what you do, because we need each other right now in a lot of different ways. You know, Amy's a video editor, and we were saying people really need her right now because we can't do business in person. So we're relying on this technology to talk to people and communicate with people. And a lot of that's being done with video. There's your video editor and video coach who can help you figure out how to do that if you're at a loss for it. So there are so many things we can do right here to help each other. But if we can help your business by buying gift certificates from you right now, tell us what you need. Please tell us what you need. Promote yourself. But when you're promoting yourself, be specific. What can we do to support you? And maybe we can help each other through this a little bit more. So anyway, I just want to repeat the two announcements I made at the beginning. The first one is, just to say, everything we just talked about was recap from yesterday's 2 mastermind sessions. If you missed them and you think you'd like to be a part of one, they were really awesome. You ladies were so awesome supporting each other. I'd be glad to do them again as often as you like. And you can even tell me the topics. If you just want to keep talking about surviving this whole thing we're going through, we can do that. But if you want to mastermind about something else, let me know. We'll do it again as much as you like. And then number 2, continue to invite your friends to Lady Bosses. And the thing I said before, the thing that's changed is that when I created Lady Bosses, it was to build a business out of this eventually with workshops and subscriptions, all that stuff. That's all squashed because I just want to enjoy retirement. So that's all gone away. So Lady Bosses is just going to exist here as long as you keep showing up. As long as you keep showing up, I just want to do whatever I can to help you through your days. So please feel free to invite any of your friends. And I'm also extending it to just women in general, not just women in business, women entrepreneurs, any woman. Because if you've been here a while, you know that a lot of the things we talk about, while some of them can go to business, an awful lot of them are just principles we can all use in life to just find some balance, find some structure, and focus on the things that really matter. So please, if you have had value here, feel free to invite your friends. Again, I'm not having any big focus on like, let's get this to so many people because then I've got an audience to sell my product. That's all gone away. So whether we're 5 strong or 1,000 strong, doesn't matter to me. I just want to bring value to you. And if you have friends that you think can find some value here, I'd love you to invite them. So ladies, that is it. Thanks for showing up. Nice to spend Tuesday morning with you again. You go have a great day. Find some balance. Kick your feet up and relax, but find some time to do something productive so you feel good at the end of the day. Okay, see you next week. Bye.